Okay, so it's my third day with the Sony A7s. After a lot of playing around in the settings and hunting through the menus, starting to get my head around it and coming up with a profile that kind of works in terms of editing with GH4. The GH4 profile I've put together is kind of like a fairly natural, flattish profile that I quite like after having that camera for a little while. And yeah, my job here is to get some nice looking footage out of the Sony and then also try to pull the Sony in line the GH4 to some degree in terms of colours and gamma and everything. So this is what I've kind of come up with. It's we're using Sony 4 gamma and colour mode is ITU 709 matrix, and I don't know anything about that colour mode whatsoever other than I've been going through all of them and I happen to like that one. Saturation dialed down to -7, detailed dialed down to -7, and we're trying to get these two cameras. If you have a look here, we've bolted the GH4 on top of the A7s just for these tests and also for some other things that we're going to be doing soon. And we've got both of them on f4 at 400 ISO. Sorry, shutter speed 50th at 25p. And the GH4 is on a 12mm lens, and the A7s is on a 24 to 104mm lens, set nearly as wide as it can go, trying to match the prime lens on the GH4. So first of all, got some shots here of my daughter Georgia, and basically it's not a fantastic shot, but it's got highlights, lowlights, got a bit of detail, skin tones. So I thought it was relatively useful for a kind of a match-up clip. So we have the GH4 here and the A7s in 1080. GH4 is downsized from 4K, by the way. So as you can see, it's coming out of the camera not too far off. The GH4 is a little bit flatter, retaining a little bit more information in the highlights, and it's definitely a bit warmer if you look at the orange bedpost there. But it's really not that far off. I'm fairly happy with where I've got it. So if we have a look at, this is after a little bit of tweaking in Premiere Pro, and as you can see, it's really not that far off. I'm fairly happy with where it is at the moment. I've had to do quite a few subtle small changes to get it as close as that. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I am. So if you're looking for a profile to match these two cameras, copy the A7s settings that I'm using there, and I'll pop my GH4 settings in the description. The next thing I wanted to look at is the file types, you know, the wrappers for the video. I've never had a Sony camera before, so I'm not used to these at all. So AVCHD and XAVCS are the main ones. Most people are saying that the XAVCS is the better quality one. So that's kind of what I'm going for. But I got two little clips here showing those two side by side, and I really can't tell a huge amount of difference, I have to say. The lighting might have changed ever so slightly between these two shots when I was playing with the settings, but it kind of looks like the AVCHD is slightly warmer, and the XAVCS is slightly bluer and cooler. It's possible that could be down to lighting, so I may have to reproduce these tests with locks down lighting, because that was natural lighting obviously. But anyway, I can't see a huge amount of difference. I think I will stick to the XAVCS format, as that seems to be the better quality one. But yeah, I don't think you can go too far wrong with either of these. And also I wanted to have a quick look at the slow-mo of the A7s. Obviously I've had the GH4 for a fair while now, so I'm pretty comfortable and I know what that can do. Slow-mo, the 50p and the 60p looks pretty damn good. It starts to get quite soft at 96 FPS, but it's still very nice to have it. So with the Sony, I had a quick look at the 50p, and yep, that looks pretty nice to me. I can't see any major issues with that whatsoever. It really looks very clean. And then I had a very quick look at the 100p. Now I was quite surprised by this. I knew that it downscaled it to 720, but I didn't realize it actually went into the APS-C crop sensor from the center of the sensor. So that was worth a little test for me just to figure out that. So I didn't know that. So here it is. Here's that 720 100 FPS scaled up to fit 1080 workspace. So there you go. So anyway, I hope some of this stuff is useful, guys. I've learnt a lot in the last couple of days with the Sony, and I'm sure I've got a ton more to learn. So if you've got any useful information, then yeah, pop it in the comments or let me know, because yeah, I live to learn. Thanks, guys.